Let us welcome the sixth speaker. The sixth speaker is Ms. Anju Hirasawa. Her speech title is Cultivate Your Life. Cultivate Your Life. So, Ms. Hirasawa, please.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies and distinguished judges and questioners. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Me? A farmer? No way! I don't want to be a farmer. Why should I? That was my reaction. To be honest, I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe my grandfather would ask me to be a farmer, taking over his fields and mountains. Why should I? My mother and her brothers didn't because they knew it wouldn't pay off. Everybody knows farming is dirty, tough, and risky, and allows farmers few days off. It is easily affected by the weather and makes ladies sunburned and muddy. No. Who's gonna marry a muddy girl living in a mud village where most of the residents are over 60? What's worse, Japanese agriculture is going to be defeated by imported products due to TPP in the near future, isn't it? That is what I thought. But since then, I cannot forget the plea of my kind grandfather, nor the sad look on his face. Yes, he loves his fields so much that he can't stand to see them abandoned. When I told him I didn't want to take over the farm, he burst into tears. What would it if you were me? Would you take over his fields and become a farmer? Today in Japan, people are not willing to become farmers because in general, they only have a bad image of agriculture, like me. As I mentioned, it is dirty, tough, and risky. However, through one experience, I realized it was wrong. Agriculture is very interesting. So today, I'd like to talk about the agricultural problem in Japan, and at the end, I'll share my idea to solve this problem. Through my speech, I'll change your attitude towards agriculture. The present situation is very serious. The average age of a Japanese farmer is over 65, and the number of farmers has been declining. However, try to imagine this. If Japanese agriculture stopped completely, what would happen? Agriculture is closely related to our lives. Firstly, it plays many critical roles in our living environment. This function is called the multifunctionality of agriculture. For example, preservation of the land, water conservation, and protecting the natural environment. Secondly, it produces our food to live. The self-sufficiency ratio of Japan is said to be only about 39%, which is the worst among OECD countries. However, dependence on imported food products is insecure. In the future, Japan must be self-sufficient in food because if a food shortage became critical around the world, there would be no way to avoid a food crisis in Japan. And lastly, Japanese agricultural products taste really good. Japanese rice, in particular, is about outstanding quality by international standards, and this fact is statistically proven by shokumichi. Shokumichi is a figure calculated by the taste evaluation for rice. According to Kazunao Kato, a researcher of Akita Agricultural Experiment Station, the Shokumichi evaluation of American, Chinese, Taiwanese, and Vietnamese rice showed a lower score than Japan in most of these categories. I want to continue making such delicious rice. Don't you? So, in order to maintain our ordinary lives, we need to promote Japanese agriculture. But what can we do? Luckily, there is one clue in Yamagata Girls Farm. Now, the founder, Nahoko, runs Girls Farm, aiming to revolutionize traditional agricultural systems. They have an interesting trial called Farm Mate, in which owners of the lentil fields can produce any vegetables they like with the help of the Girls Farm members. And the owners can even choose their mates for an extra fee too. The members take care of the fields when the owners don't have the time. This system enables anyone to become a farmer without any tools or knowledge. After hearing about Yamagata Girls Farm, I started wanting to experience agriculture because in the picture, the Girls Farm members were walking in laughter. So, in fact, I helped on my grandfather's farm this summer. As I imagined, it was very hard for me because I walked around and carried heavy harvests all day. However, when I saw the mountain of harvested vegetables and ate some, I felt completely blessed. That sense of accomplishment was really immeasurable. At that time, my opinion about agriculture was brightly changed. I realized that agriculture is very interesting. From then, I came to think about taking over my grandfather's farm in the future. So now, everyone, I'd like you to experience agriculture at a place like Yamagata Girls Farm. Such organizations exist in each prefecture. For example, Smile Farm in Tokyo and Green Garden in Osaka. So we can easily join them and enjoy agricultural activity. Once you find that delight in farming, without doubt, you will come to want to know more about agriculture and gain more interest in it, like me. Then we can make a good chance to increase the farming population. And lastly, I want to completely revive Japanese agriculture in the future. This is my ideal. Now I have a new awareness of the agricultural issues in Japan, and I'm in a position where I can take over my grandfather's farm. However, I cannot take it over right away. So for now, what I can do for Japanese agriculture is very limited, but I can argue the need for it in this place. I hope you all realize the importance of Japanese agriculture and take an interest in it. And I'd be really glad if the number of people who have an interest in becoming a farmer increased eventually. So guys, if you have any free time, please try a farming experience. Because when we try it, we can cultivate our thoughts and we cultivate our lives. Thank you for listening.
Now we have a question and answer session. Mr. Tamura, please.
Hello, Anju-san. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very good, but I'm very nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. You did a great job. Right.
Thank you.
Are you gonna take over your grandfather's farm right after graduating from the school?
Yeah, now I think so.
All right. What kind of food is he producing right now?
Right now, well, my grandfather now grow vegetables like cucumbers and tomatoes or other products. So first of all, I want to take over. I want to grow these vegetables that my grandfather grow now.
Okay. thanks to TPP, it is expected that so many foods is going to be imported to Japan.
Yeah.
And do you think that you can survive the competition against those foreign vegetables and fruits?
Okay. As I mentioned, the Japanese products taste really good is proved. So I think even if the foreign countries' products are cheap, Japanese agricultural products have more good points like the tasting and the safety, because Japanese food products don't have to import from other countries, so do not use more agricultural chemicals. So Japanese agricultural products guarantee the safety and the taste are very good. So if TPP, if Japan participates in TPP, Japanese we need to set up tasting places in each sales floors. Then maybe Japanese agriculture products win.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have a confidence
Yeah.
to win. Okay.
Yeah.
In the Japanese market, you have a confidence to win. But what about the foreign market outside of Japan?
In fact, Japanese food product is have a good review by the other countries. But the neck is that Japanese products are very expensive. So, yeah, this point is very difficult because Japanese farmers is very, and the number of Japanese farmers is very small. So, if the number of Japanese farmers increase, maybe the price will surely go down. So, yeah, I want to solve this problem now. Then maybe Japanese food products can sell well in other countries, I think.
All right. Okay, here is the last question, and you have 1 minute. Okay. What is the biggest obstacle that prevents young people from wanting to be a farmer, wanting to experience the agriculture?
I think the most important obstacle is that they don't know about agriculture well. I hear that my friends also don't want to be a farmer because, as I mentioned, it is dirty, tough, and risky, and sunburnt and muddy. But if actually experience agriculture, maybe we can find new and good aspects of agriculture, and this will be a key to have an interest in agriculture in the future. So, in order to vanish these obstacles, first of all, I would like everyone to experience agriculture. Yeah, this is my answer. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tamura. The Q&A session is over. Thank you, Ms. Hirasawa.